Boom. Just can't really go back to the channel. All right, so we got a little bit of Soul and Reloaded up today. So let's see ahead and see what we got going on here. So we had a server merge that happened at least for AME-S48. So we merged with another server. So we've got a little bit of some changes going on here. We did get some nice rewards for the actual merge. I think they gave us, what did they give us for the merge? They gave us 20,000 diamonds, which is really nice. 20 of Oscar's sausages there. They gave us 20 of these, but again, this is not the final chest. I mean, it's a three chest. I mean, it's got Woo in it, which makes it not a complete and total loss. And Tang San's in it, so it's not a complete. But I'd like to have a chest that has Chen and BB Dong in it, which are by common standards considered to be the two most powerful if you can level them up. But again, just can't get those shards. So that's making it exceedingly difficult to breeze. So I don't think they're going to be updating the game anymore. Unfortunately, I don't think the SSPs will be coming to global. I think this is the end right here. I think if they were going to be introducing the SSPs, they would have given us a final chest that would have all of the actual characters in it by now. There seemed to be no compunction to do that. They're still having, the standard events. There's no changes in the events. No big updates, so to speak. And a server merge indicates that the player base is, of course, shrinking. So they're, trying to cut overhead costs by, rolling down the servers. So yeah, it's not looking very promising at this point. We've got the server merge, as I said, has caused us to have a little bit of some fun here finally. Our normal, we really have Divine Flame has really not had any type of competition with anybody on this server. It's been pretty much ruled by Divine Flame, which is the sect that I'm in. So we've got these new newcomers on the block here, GTFO. So they're able to give us a little bit of interesting. It's nice to actually see another group. Needless to say, that is they're not, as you can see, they're really not that competitive, so to speak. We're still mainly able to get 3 and 4s, which is low and medium yields on all of these. And then there's so it's not really that much of a change in terms of that. Let's take a look and see how they're doing inside of the peak battle. So Divine Flame, Divine Flame, Divine Flame, Divine Flame, Divine Flame, Divine Flame. I don't think they're actually in there yet. I would expect we would have seen them if in here at least somewhere. Maybe it's too early for them to be getting into the divine into the actual thing here. I'm currently 14. I was 8 this morning. I got kicked back. Some of the big dogs get in there in the afternoon and kick me out. I'm at 677 billion. So going up there slowly but surely would been able to move a lot faster if we were getting SPs. I finally got the full team configured with SPs. So we got BB Dong, Wu, Tang San, and Chen. This is probably what you want to do. I'm right now working on Chen. But as you can see, I can get these god statuses up for these two. Because no shards, no chests. Chest for these, plentiful. Which is why I've got him up to god 3s. But no. Not getting anything for these two. Which is going to make, and since these are the two most powerful SPs, it's going to be really difficult to actually get them to full strength. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on at this particular point. We had a Forge event last couple days ago. Decided not to go ahead and do a video on it simply because of the fact that nothing changed. Exactly the same rewards that was previous, which means a 3 chest. So again, there's no updates. So I don't think any updates are going to happen. I think this is probably where global's going to stay. So I don't think we'll be seeing any type of SSP introduction at this particular point, which is unfortunate because that's, that will be the next level. But I did want to go ahead and do, so they do got a Purple Lightwing. This is the SP version of the actual bone set, extended bones right here. So they are still offering those in here. Today's the last day for it, so make sure that you do get in there and purchase whatever it is you're looking for. Okay, but it's enough to get, it's enough to get maybe another star on one of them. Again, they haven't introduced any chests for this as of yet, so other than the chest that you get from the event. So you're still having to get, so inside of the Slaughter City and whatnot, the rewards for it are still the triple S bone set, not the SP bone set, but you can get them in there. That's one of the ways to get them. But I'd like to, start working on that SP set. But yeah, it's not giving us really enough to do it. This event doesn't come up very often. The double pink, it looks to be probably about 2 or 3 weeks per each time they see the event, and they only give you like 10. So, but of course, it doesn't take much to make it. So here was the server merge event that they had, and they'll give us a little bit of rewards for participating in it. 500 and some, but it just log in after it. So it'll be nice, but yeah, so far we haven't seen any impact as of yet as to what it's going to be. But that's really all that's going on. So we've got the extended bone event, which is what's under that. Under the time limited, we have nothing of consequence going on. So it's basically just the actual double wing purple event, which is for the actual SP. That's the only thing that's going on right now. They do, of course, have the standard Wrong's afternoon tea. Okay. I assume they're keeping it low because of the merge event. But yeah, it was down. You didn't get able to log on until fairly in the evening yesterday before you were able to get back in. They were out pretty long, which is probably why they gave us the 20,000 diamonds. It's because of how long they were out. Probably some people weren't able to actually complete their dailies or stuff because it was down for quite a while. But it, it's probably two. I'm not exactly sure what server we merged with, but that was a pretty big merge due to the fact that it took so long. Either that, or they were just having issues and didn't throw many people at it. I'm not sure which. But yeah, so just keep on pumping away. But I don't think we're going to be seeing any major updates. I don't think the SSPs are going to be coming to Global unless they decide to change the format. But it just doesn't look like they're pretty much updating in any way, shape, or form. There has been nothing new for approximately, I want to say 6 to 7 months. There hasn't been anything new. Okay, it's just been standard Divine Pool event every 2 weeks, which allows you to get some shards for whichever characters you choose. But they haven't updated any of the chests. No Soulforge updates with the chest. So it's been pretty much stagnant in terms of new content. Just the same, rolling out the same week after week. I mean, before this, they had the same Spirit Soul event with the 2 characters that they've had for the whole time, which is the, get it to pop up here, give it a second, which is for the Ghost Flame, and the other one, which is the, I think it's a Rock Beast or something like that, but those are the same 2 that they've been out fully for those. So they haven't introduced that. We haven't seen any SSP, anything, no hidden weapons, Spirit Souls, Advanced Souls, no nothing in terms of that. So there hasn't been a new hidden weapons release in some time. And there hasn't been a new Spirit Soul release in some time. And there hasn't been a new Divine Tool release in some time. So they're not releasing any of the actual items either. So it doesn't look like we're going to get any SSP functionality whatsoever, unless they just all of a sudden decide to do it. Normally it would have been done by now. I would assume that they would have probably started introducing it if they were going to keep on a schedule. But yeah, that seems pretty out. So most of the people I've been hearing by hearing from is pretty much saying the same thing. They pretty much think that the game's going to pretty much die at this particular point, and that they're not going to further develop it. So, if it is, it is. It is what? I didn't spend any money on the game, and I didn't spend any money on this game, even though I did like the IP. It's because I knew that it probably was not going to last for very long. None of the games that are introduced as of late have been lasting long. Now, they monetize them to the point where, they just suck everybody dry and get as much money as they can, then they stop doing it, which is what they did on this game. There's only a handful of games that are still around and have been around for a long time. Azur Lane, it's been around for like 5-7 years now, 5, 6, 7 years. And it's introducing new content. It still has the same thing, still moving through its storyline. So, if you're looking for a game that has a long history, it doesn't. It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. They just have a new event in that opened up today. So, if you're looking for something interesting to play, you might want to start focusing on Azur Lane. It can be done from a free-to-play, and you don't have to worry about it. They make pretty much all of their money comes from the skins. Okay. If you want to get the really nice skins, you have to pay for it. But again, the skins really don't add anything except for the look of the game. But for the most part, you can get all the ships. I mean, I have pretty much all the ships. Even when they have the UR ships, there's a pity. So if you save up your stones, you can actually make the pools required to get the pity. Don't have any problem with that at all. So I've always been able to get. I have spent a little bit of money on it, but basically that was to increase my dock space, because I was trying to get all of the ships, quite literally all of the ships, even the useless ones. And they really don't give you enough dock space for that. But they give you enough diamonds and rubies inside of the game to actually increase your dock space if you wanted to. Because I was going a little bit hardcore at it, I needed to spend a little bit of money to get some rubies so that I could actually buy some dock space. For 250 rubies, you can get an extra 10 dock slots. And they're continuing to introduce ships. But I mean, if you got rid of all the common ships, which are the base ships, I would not have had to purchase dock space. But as I said, I'm collecting all the ships, so I had all the commons, which is a lot of them. You've got your commons, your rares, your epics, and your legendary, and then you've got I guess it goes common, rare, epics, which are the purple ones, and then the legendary, which are the yellow ones, and then now they've got the URs, which are the actual sort of like a rainbowish color. But like I said, you can get the URs each time they have an event. If you haven't, I think it's 200. So by the 200th pool, if you haven't gotten the character, you can get it by pity. They have approximately, I want to say, 8 or 9 URs have been introduced. I've only had to hit the pity on one of them. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't actually hit the pity on it. It was at 180 pools when I got it. So I didn't actually have to hit the pity, but I would have been like just two more 10 pools, which I would have done. But usually you get it before that. Okay. The drop rates are not they're not spiteful. You will, it's low, but because they give you enough of the cubes, the wisdom cubes to get it, it's not really considered that much of an issue, because if you save your cubes up and just do the standard work, I think it's 3. I think it's like 3. You have to do 3 a day, build 3 ships a day. It might be 1. I can't remember. But either way, if you save up all of the wisdom cubes that you get, you still have, by the time they introduce the next UR, you'll have more than enough. Okay. They don't introduce URs every 2 weeks, like in this game when they're introducing a new character every 6 weeks or something. It's not like that. And it's usually a couple of months before you actually see another UR. Plenty of time to build up the requisite wisdom cubes that you would need to do for the pity. So you should be able to get the ship, and it's not that problem. And then leveling it up, all the stuff can be got inside the game. Like I say, I've never had to spend any money on Azur Lane. That's associated with actually playing the game from a normal standpoint. Like I say, I was trying to get every single ship, and there's a lot of ships. Even there's just a lot of common ships, so I didn't have enough dock space for all of them. So I needed to purchase some dock space. That's what I'd use it for. But I didn't have to use anything for in the game. I've never purchased. The other thing I purchased is oath rings. Oath rings is like if you want to oath one of your upper level characters, it gives them a little bit of a boost. You can get the promise ring, but again, that's not something that you need. You can still get the character all the way to 125 without that. Okay, which is max, which is 125 right now. So you can still get that without having to do that. That's just a little extra. You give them the promise ring, and you get to rename them if you want, and it gives them a little bit different look. But yeah, it's not something that you need to do. But like I say, they do give you the rubies inside the game, especially during the holiday events and stuff, where you'll be able to get rubies. So you can probably purchase. So then they give you a couple of oath rings as well. For some of the new events and stuff, you'll get like 2 oath rings or something like that. Is one of the rewards. So yeah, you can get stuff. It's not like it's not it's not out of reach. But yeah, the game's been around forever. Still introducing new content and new characters, so it's something to look at if you want to, and that's Azur. Okay, but yeah, as for this, we're going to give it a little bit longer just to see, and we'll make a determination if it's something that we want to continue with. I mean, if they're not going to continue, stuff like that, then we're probably going to focus on Sanu, because they're coming out with another game. They're coming out with the solo leveling game, Arise. That's coming out here shortly. I already registered for it, so it might be something to look into that or something. But yeah, I'm not going to give up on Soldan yet because I do like the IP. But we'll see. All right, so I just wanted to go ahead and do a video and let you know that the Purple Wing event ends tonight, the Double Wing Purple Light. That's the SP Extended Bone, so you definitely want to participate in that if you can. Okay, so again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. Click on it, you get notified each time I drop a video. Kendrick coming at you in the corner, signing out.